guys, I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture. He's Michael Hamflett from WhatCulture.
I've got a horrifically unsightly sty on this eye.
Drawing all the attention away from it. We are here to look ahead to the Royal Rumble this weekend. It goes down on Saturday night. We're going to be doing a live stream for it. Why don't you join us on Saturday for that one? But let's dive straight into give our predictions for the 4 matches currently advertised for the premium live event. Starting off with the Women's Royal Rumble match. No graphic for it. Lots of stuff.
Barely any booking for it, let's be honest.
Lots of stuff to discuss. We're going to try and give you our surprise appearances, our final 4. But we should start with our predicted winner of the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. WWE
appropriate.
Well, indeed. That's kind of why I'm wearing her, actually. It's nothing to do with the style or the vanity. It also knackers your peripheral vision, so I don't know if she walked down the ring all these years. Yeah, Becky Lynch. They've not done a fabulous job of booking this Rumble, let's be honest.
No.
But I feel like you've been allowed to look towards Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley as probably the biggest match in the whole division. Rhea Ripley is indeed the biggest star. Becky Lynch is the pre-existing biggest star. And I tell you what I like about Becky winning the Rumble is that it allows you to do Elimination Chamber of Nia Jax fighting Rhea Ripley, and the panic around Nia potentially winning when Becky can never beat her. Like, you have that match in Australia with Nia as the biggest heel and Rhea as the biggest babyface, and Becky Lynch thinking, well, I want Rhea Ripley to win, or do I, because I want to avenge Nia Jax on the grandest stage. I think it adds tremendous drama to next month as well as the road itself. I'm going with the man.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but just to make it interesting, I'm going to go Bayley, because that's heart over head really there.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it works, Damage Control kicking her out of the group when she's got the title shot for WrestleMania, but it feels like she's going to be there or thereabouts. It feels like she's getting a title shot with Io Sky at WrestleMania 40. What better way than to have her win? Maybe via Damage Control shenanigans, and they can be like, well, you'd never have won it without us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see the Bayley Buddies back at WrestleMania. Who have you got in your final 4 then?
Right. So I've got Becky Lynch winning.
Yeah.
In the final 4 alongside them includes Nia Jax.
Yeah, like
so,
that.
So obviously as a dangerous figure, a dangerous presence. I'll allow Bayley to make the final 4. I love Bayley, but I just don't think the time is quite yet. I think there might be dissension within Damage Control that forces her to not quite make the final 2, because the last elimination by Becky Lynch in a tease of an enormous match to come down the road is Jade Cargill.
Oh, I didn't think about Jade Cargill being in
the final 2.
Yeah, see, now I'm fantasy booking Jade to get rid of Nia to set up a... No, I'm going to stick with what I had, which was, Becky, Bayley, Nia I want in there because of, like you say, the panic. They love to have that spot no matter who's in charge of WWE. And I'm going to go Bianca. It feels like Bianca always does great stuff in the Rumble. Or do I go... No, I'm going to change this up. I'm going to get rid of Becky Lynch earlier. And I'm going to bring in Naomi instead.
Oh, huge pep.
I'd love to see Naomi in there.
Monster Rumble pop from 2020.
Or even Sasha Banks. But who's your surprise appearance?
Well, I feel like these glasses are already doing it for me in the studio right now, but I'm going to light it up, light the sky, because AJ Lee gets the number 30 spot for a huge nostalgia pop. I'm just going to lean in to the training videos we saw between her and Punk, and the fact that obviously all seems rosy right now between CM Punk and WWE. It's one of them sort of nostalgic things from a period that people aren't very nostalgic about.
Yeah.
The Rumble has been very effective, and I like this as well. The Rumble's been very effective at making the Divas years, for the want of a better phrase, feel like they did contribute to something, even when WWE itself wasn't telling you that as they were broadcasting it. Now, when Michelle McCool or the Bella Twins or whoever make their appearance in the Rumble, there's a genuine fondness or warmth for a bygone era. AJ Lee was trying to drag that division forward when nobody else was interested. I think the response would be huge for her.
I really like that. I hope that happens on Saturday night. As I say, join us for our live stream for it. Quick question before I give you my surprise appearance. Where is the Elimination Chamber taking place next month?
Perth, Australia.
Have they got any Australian wrestlers on the roster already? Got a few, but they could probably do with another one, couldn't they? And, a lot of people say that I'm the only real pro wrestling journalist, and I say to the others, you got a journalism for that? You got to be joking me, because I've got Billy Bloody Kay to make an iconic return.
I went too early.
Yeah. I would have booked Peyton Royce as well, but I believe she's pregnant right now. And I realise I'm also being a complete hypocrite because Billy Kay, I think, only gave birth in December. And I always bury the people who were like, well, that was ages ago, get her in the Rumble. But We can dream.
Well, I've learned everything I know about good booking from you, right? So based on all of that, I'm assuming Sasha does return, and then Billie Kay just eliminates her and Bayley at the same time. That's good booking, right?
Sit there on the floor looking at each other, casting our minds back to one of the greatest women's tag team moments of all time, WrestleMania 35. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the not the men's match. I'm talking about the world title match for all of Roman's belts, basically. Roman, AJ, Randy Orton, and LA Knight. Who you got?
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
This is presumably, for most people's, most predictable match of the night. Only 4 matches, but all of them I think have a lot to play for, other than this one.
Yes.
I like that it's a 4-way. I genuinely do. I think the idea of Roman just having another rote singles match with bloodline interference, especially on this specific PLE when we know that you can do silly things with the titles, would just be boring, quite honestly. I think the 4-way gives you other things to look at, other things to factor in, but I'm going with a 3-way smash and stare. We talked on the SmackDown preview and review podcast over the last month, you can get them wherever you get your podcasts, about how I think the finish is going to go down. I expect AJ Styles perhaps to be hit with the BFT, Randy Orton to slide in with an RKO, so you've got LA Knight and AJ Styles laid down prone, only for Roman Reigns, or solo with the thumb, whatever, to pop Randy Orton from behind, and then he just sees all 3 bodies in front of him, pins them all. Roman Reigns seemingly untouchable and unimpeachable on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, because he's not working chamber, is he?
He's not.
Yeah, I agree. I think Roman Reigns obviously has to leave with the belts. I know there's an argument out there. It's all up in the air, obviously, at the moment with the Rumble, but there's an argument out there of like, why not put the belts on Randy, and then you can do legacy stuff with Cody for the world title, and then Roman's free to do his stuff with The Rock. I would not do that. That's not the place I would end the title reign. It's not the person I would end the titles with.
Nobody thinks it, do they? Nobody's buying it.
I think they showed us on last Friday what your teased finish is, which is he's going to be setting up for the spear, and then he's going to get hit with an RKO for either a near fall, solo interference, or my personal favourite, the old low blow as he kicks out.
Yes.
I think he steals one, whether it's, like you say, I think Randy does all the hard work, because they said they're saving a singles match for them.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm booking Roman to pin Randy here, it's like you say, after he's taken out the other 2. And it's all going to be revealed as a big master plan that, if I'd have fought Randy one-on-one, and I might have lost, but they're so obsessed with beating me that they're not going to let each other win. So there's going to be a lot of near falls where they've got Roman beat, or they've got someone beat, but they stop that pinfall from happening. But Roman has to leave with all the titles, because as much as I get the legacy stuff, you can just do that when Cody's champion.
Yep.
That better bloody happen at WrestleMania.
Right? Yeah.
Let's talk about the US title match. It is, of course, Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens. Who you got?
Well, I think I'm going for the upset here, and that seems a weird thing to say when I'm mentioning Kevin Owens. But I think Logan Paul loses the title. I've been trying to work out who Logan Paul fights at WrestleMania. At one point, I was thinking it was going to be Kevin Owens. At another point, I was thinking it was going to be LA Knight. But I now think he's going to be programmed into something with AJ Styles, possibly spinning off the back of this match. And I just can't see where Logan Paul fits. Kevin Owens, on the other hand, as the United States champion, suddenly gets a feeling of vindication for the move to SmackDown that maybe was out of his hands a little bit. I believe sooner or later Gunther is going to be either no longer the Intercontinental Champion or have another belt, maybe, that he has other sort of championship commitments with which to defend. And I would love the idea that for the first time really in the Triple H reign, the United States title could begin its long journey back to credibility. I'm not talking about within WWE, I'm on about when it was credible in WCW. But obviously the amazing job that Gunther's done with the IC title and the game Triple H as the booker could now be done through Owens, through that US title. I think it's going to shock people. I think you could do a Logan Paul rematch on television if you wish. Kevin Owens has been used to, keep the mid-card interested on SmackDown. What does the person that does that normally have? The belt.
Yeah.
You can only have so many part-time champions as well. So I'm going to be Owens, bringing back, not necessarily bringing back the face of America gimmick that he had once upon a time.
I quite like that,
but attempting to, bring back prestige, create prestige for the WWE United States title.
Yeah, I think it has prestige right now. It's one of the greatest guys that there is. Just an all-round good dude.
I forget that I don't look like I'm deadpanning when I've got these goggles on, but the eyes are deadpanning.
Logan Paul retains. I think there's going to be some fun near falls with their kill shots. Yeah, you can't take them off. You've got massive rings around your eyes. Yeah. With their KO, the metal in the hand Logan Paul punch, and whether or not he uses the wrist support thing.
I like that story. I do.
I do hope, as I said, with the Nightmares predictions, it's not a win via DQ to Kevin Owens because he uses that. But I think Logan Paul wins. I think he goes on to WrestleMania. I think the match is still, for right now, Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Yeah.
Okay.
How you get there, I don't know. It's not my concern. But yeah, I don't think you put the belt around Logan Paul around the time of year that they did and not think we'll put him in a big title match at WrestleMania for him to hand the title off to someone else. And it's Logan Paul dropping it to LA Knight on the grandest stage of them all, where LA Knight's actually going to show up this year.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we get something on this card, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but sorry, Kevin Owens, I don't know what the future holds for him.
They'll have something. I don't know what, though.
I always circle back to him and Sammy, to be perfectly honest.
Does he? To feed into our next one, if he loses this match in the undercard, does he go into the Rumble?
No, if you have a match at the Royal Rumble, you should not be allowed to appear in the Royal Rumble match.
Right.
It's that simple. You've already got your big shot at something.
Giving you 2017 PTSD, aren't they? Yeah.
Let's move on to... I've skipped too far, but that still counts. The men's Royal Rumble match. I felt it... No, I like this image, despite the fact that half people aren't actually in the Rumble.
Yeah.
In terms of who I thought was going to win, and in terms of who I thought was going to be in the final four, I was very confident up until about 24 hours ago.
It's wild. It's thrilling, right? So for those that haven't seen, Sports Illustrated put out a report, sourced by Justin Barrasso, I believe. So these are not without merit. I think it's worth talking about as more than just empty speculation that WWE's current plan, per this story, was, let me get this right, The Rock and Roman Reigns, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, Gunther and Seth Rollins. Now, obviously Monday Night Raw set all of that up quite neatly, didn't it? But is that just to enhance the drama? Is it just to enhance the unpredictability of what was already looking like a pretty stacked top half of the Rumble field? I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to go with my heart rather than my head and say Cody Rhodes to win the men's Royal Rumble, to go back-to-back for the first time since Stone Cold Steve Austin, and maybe only the third man to do it, I think, in Rumble history. I know that there are strong candidates coming up against him this year, and I think we're all super mega excited for the first confrontation that isn't even a singles match between Cody and Punk. But I think Cody gets it done. I keep visualising somebody pointing at the sign at the end of this PLE as it goes off the air, because I do believe it will main event. And the only image I've had pretty much since last WrestleMania, and the one I'm deciding to keep in my head now, is the American Nightmare.
I still hope he goes on to fight in the main event of WrestleMania, but he's not getting there via the Royal Rumble for my booking.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with what I had, despite Justin Barrasso and the Sports Illustrated report. Cody Rhodes is in my final four, spoiler alert, but unfortunately he's eliminated by a man who promised his dad he'd look after him. I'm talking about CM Punk. He ain't come back to not win a Rumble.
I'm okay with it.
And it just seems to make most sense. This is arguably, like you say, in recent years, one of the widest open Royal Rumbles. Like, there's been years where it's been, I suppose they could give it to so-and-so or so-and-so, but they'll probably just settle on Brock or Roman or whoever. There's an argument to be made for, I'd say, 4, 5 people winning this Rumble, which is a very rare thing. And I think Gunther's time winning a Rumble will come eventually, just not this year. I'm going to go CM Punk winning the big one to go on to challenge Seth Rollins and saying to him, go and heal up, I want you 100% because I want to kick your ass.
I do love that. I love the idea that, like, of all the people that are currently swimming around Seth, you've got Gunther, you've got Damian Priest with the briefcase, and of course you've got Punk. Punk's the one that says, no, I want this WrestleMania main event, I want what's over your shoulder, but I want it the right way, versus the ways that everybody else can take it.
Does Punk make your final four?
Yes, he does. Punk makes my final four along with Drew McIntyre, because Punk fulfills his promise to eliminate him last, but Drew finishes third. I have Punk getting thrown over by Cody, Punk throwing Drew McIntyre, and a bit of an X factor. Gunther, as a result
X-Pac.
I wish. As a result of this Sports Illustrated story, and indeed the excellent work he's been doing in WWE in general, Gunther has absolutely put himself in the combination to win the whole thing. I want a Dare to Dream. I want a Chad Gable or somebody of that ilk to throw him out mid-match to create the reason for the WrestleMania Intercontinental title match. I want something like that. I'm going to go, as a bit of a spoiler, with my surprise entrant. And it's not that much of a surprise for this man to turn up, but he's not been announced, with Brock Lesnar as the fourth man. and just to really turn the screw for Drew to a Claymore and eliminate him as he did in 2020, as if he's going to relive the dream all over again. Nothing can stand in my way. It is happening again. Oh God, CM Punk's just throw me out. Like the Drew McIntyre that turns up on Raw, absolutely bloody livid with the way things have gone. It's like, that was the dream.
Yeah.
In 2020, I was going to live it again. And you took it away from me, and I was saying no. I think it's all laid out there very nicely. Brock Lesnar makes a surprise appearance at number 30. Everybody in the ring stops and sells, and it's all scary and all fearful. But then, yes, we still get to the meat of WWE's main roster right now, rather than the celebrity coming back and ruining
Just
the plot.
so many interactions. I know, Brock, Gunther, Brock, Cody after what they've been through.
Yes.
Brock, Punk.
Yeah.
A lot of Brock.
Main event Jey Uso somewhere probably in the
He's in
first
my
10.
final four. Gunther's in my final four. Punk, Cody. I don't know. Probably Brock now.
Who's
Now
the
you've said
fourth
that,
man?
you've inserted him into my thinking. Sorry, Drew.
You got any special surprise guests?
Oh, have I got
Because-
one saved for you?
Yeah.
And I'm not going down the obvious route. We mentioned X-Pac, and he's rumoured to be in attendance. I do hope he does make an appearance.
That'd be good.
But he's not what I'm going to put my prediction on. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put my prediction on a guy who recently signed with WWE on a Legends contract. I'm talking about Ken Shamrock, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
my God. Yes.
Why not?
Imagine Chad Gable hooking the ankle lock and then Shamrock slipping out of it and putting one on him, and the two of them just having a little moment together. But Gable not doing the suplex on him.
Every single person who kicks ass, I'm talking your Gunthers, your Brocks, your Drews, your Punks, your Codys, all that.
Yeah.
Every single person I'm booking against Dominic Mysterio, but I particularly like Dominic Mysterio going,
yes.
come on, who's next? Who's next? Ken Shamrock's music hits.
He's the world's most dangerous man. This was the one thing we didn't want to happen.
It's just so exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions, all that good stuff in the comment section below. Don't forget to join us on Saturday night for our live stream for it. Enjoy the Rumble. He's been Hamflett, I've been me, you've been you. We'll see you soon.